Live. You're watching News Channel 11 at 6.
Tonight, we're learning more on how an overturn of Roe v. Wade would impact Tennesseans.
The 1973 landmark ruling declared abortion to be a constitutional right. A leaked Supreme Court draft shows Supreme Court justices, the majority of them, want to overturn that decision in a final ruling that could come in June or July.
This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like.
The draft sparked reproductive rights rallies nationwide, including here in Johnson City. One was held last night. Lawmakers are also taking action on Capitol Hill. Democrats pushing for legislation to make Roe v. Wade federal law, but there's little to no chance of that passing.
News Channel 11's Ashley Sharp spoke with lawmakers in our region about this today.
Well, Josh and Sarah, a lot is set to change in Tennessee if the landmark Roe v. Wade decision is overturned. You may remember in March that two Tri-Cities lawmakers, Republicans Rebecca Alexander and Rusty Crowe, were working to introduce a total ban on abortions in Tennessee. Well, that bill was recently withdrawn, but if the Supreme Court rules that abortion is no longer a constitutional right, Tennessee already has laws in place to act quickly on banning abortion.
Tennessee is one of 26 states expected to ban abortion if the Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade. For those on the pro-life side of the divisive argument, it comes as welcome news, including for State Senator Rusty Crowe.
I'm pro-life, and I do think that those sorts of issues are state issues. Local control is better.
So what happens in Tennessee if the ruling guaranteeing a constitutional right to an abortion is overturned by the Supreme Court?
If it's ruled unconstitutional from a federal perspective, from a constitutional perspective, then it reverts to the states.
Here in Tennessee, we have a trigger law, which would immediately criminalize, make it a felony to perform an abortion.
Constitutional law professor Stewart Harris says Tennessee would act quickly. The state passed a trigger law in 2019 that states if Roe v. Wade is overturned, an abortion ban would go into place. It outlines abortion as a Class C felony, and the only exception if abortion is necessary to prevent death or serious injury to the pregnant woman.
So it could have a cascading effect over the next few years. That's what one of the many things people are concerned about.
One of those effects, Stewart says it's possible states will go a step further.
The states that are moving in that direction, such as Tennessee, have made it pretty clear that they're not simply going to allow their citizens to go to other states and get abortions. And so they're trying to pass laws that would restrict that activity as well.
Tennessee's staunchly pro-life Governor Bill Lee said yesterday, quote, if the federal courts return full authority to the states, Tennessee's laws will automatically provide the maximum possible protection and offer a glimmer of redemption as America reconciles our troubled past.
If Tennessee's trigger law is enacted, the abortion ban would be in place within 30 days, making it a felony for a doctor to perform an abortion. Of course, all of this contingent upon the Supreme Court's final ruling. The decision that has been leaked by an unknown source was simply a draft ruling.
Ashley, thanks. In Virginia, Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin has not said if he'll seek to change the state's laws, but did say he will not speculate until he sees the Supreme Court's final decision.